Today we're going to talk about prime factorization. But before we do that, we need to kind of know the definition of a prime number versus a composite number. So a prime number is a number that only has two factors, one and itself. Some examples are the number 11, the number 3, the number 97, the number 2, the number 53. Some examples of what it isn't. It isn't an even number. It isn't the number 0. 0 does not have but one factor. It is the number 1. Again, 1 only has one factor. A composite number. A composite number is a number that has more than two factors. These are the numbers that we would have to find the prime factorization of. Some examples are 4, because its factors are 1, 2, and 4. 50, because its factors are 1, 2, 5, 10, 25, and 50. Some examples of what it isn't. Well, it isn't a prime number. Again, it isn't 1, and it isn't 0. This is what I call the prime climb chart. If you have a chance to print this out in color, I would be most gracious, because this is the most important chart that we are going to use for the first semester. If you can't print it out in color, if you can print it out black and white and color it, that would be great. If you still can't do that, then I would recreate this chart, or I would take a picture with my phone so it's with me at all times. So, prime factorization. Well, a factor, which we've talked about several times, is the number that you multiply to give you a product. And we know that 1 and 0 are neither prime nor composite. They kind of are their own numbers that stand off by themselves. So the method that I use for prime factorization is called the upside down cake method, or the ladder method. If you need more assistance or need to watch more videos, Google ladder method. There's tons of videos out there. I'll go through these steps as I'm teaching the process, but let's talk about the most common way to do a prime factorization. It would be the factor tree. This is probably the way your parents learned to factor a number. It's the way that I learned, but there are 3 reasons that I don't personally use this anymore. Number 1 is you have to be really strong with your multiplication facts. If you don't know your multiplication facts very well, then this method is not really the best for you. Because, like, what numbers multiply to give me 56? Well, I know that it's 7 times 8. Another reason that I don't like this method is because you have to know your prime numbers, because that's the numbers that we have to circle. Well, I know that 7 is a prime number. If you didn't know that 7 was a prime number, then you wouldn't circle it. So now I have to keep going, because 8 is composite. Well, 8 is 2 times 4. Well, 2 is a prime number, so I'm going to circle it. 4 is not, so I have to keep going. And 4 is 2 times 2. So now I have to take all of the numbers that I have circled and write them down. 2 times 2. Oh, there's the third reason. If you forget to circle a prime number, then your answer is going to be wrong. So the prime factorization of 56 using the factor tree method is 2 times 2 times 2 times 7. Let's try it Ms. Dean's way. I like to use the ladder method. So step 1 says that I need to look at my divisibility rules, which are right here, and go through it with my number. So, is this number 56 divisible by 2? Well, is it an even number? Well, it ends in a 6, so it's even. So it means I'm going to do step 1. I'm going to draw an upside down division, and I'm going to write the number 2 on the outside. So now you're going to grab your calculator and you're going to go 56 divided by 2, and it's going to give you an answer of 28. Now I'm going to repeat the steps. Is 28 even? Yes, 28 is even because it ends in an 8. So I'm going to draw another upside down, and I'm going to write 2 on the outside again. Grabbing my calculator, 28 divided by 2 is 14. Okay, repeat myself, go through my steps again with my divisibility rules. Is 14 even? Yes, it's even because it ends in a 4. So I'm going to draw another upside down division and write it 2. 14 divided by 2, grab my calculator, is 7. Okay. To keep going with 7, I've got to go back down my divisibility rules. Well, is 7 even? No. Well, is 7 divisible by 3? Well, there's only one number, and it's not 3, 6, or 9, so it's not divisible by 3. Is it divisible by 5? Well, no, it doesn't end in a 5 or a 0, so it's not divisible by 5. Well, for 7, oh, wait, 7's one of my numbers, so I can build another layer, put a 7 on the outside. Grab my calculator. 7 divided by 7 is 1. When I get a 1, it's my birthday candle. I am done. So all the numbers to the left are my prime factorization numbers. 2 times 2 times 2 times 7. So either solving it as a factor tree or solving it using the cake or ladder method, I'm still going to get the same final answer. But I think this way is easier because I don't have to know my multiplication facts. I just have to know my divisibility rules, or I just have to look at my chart. As you can see, I had 2 as my divisibility rules orange. So every number that had orange is divisible by 2. In my divisibility rule list, I had 3 as green. Well, every number that has a 3 on it is green. And then blue, which was 5, every number with blue on it is divisible by 5. Every number with purple on it is divisible by 7. Now, not every number that is divisible by 11 is red, but it will have the number 11 written underneath the number, like 33. It has 11 written there. 44 has 11 in the red. So let's go through a number. Let's use our chart to help us with our divisibility rules. I've got my chart over here, and I've got my number 10. So going through, is it even? Well, let's look at 10. 10 does have orange, so I can build my first layer and put a 2 on the outside. Grab my calculator. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So now I've got to go through my rules again. I don't have a 1, so 5. Well, let's look at 5. Oh, it's got blue, so blue says it's divisible by 5. So build another layer, put a 5 on the outside. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 and done. So the numbers to the left are my prime factorization. 2 times 5. Next example. $16. Well, let's go through my rules. Is 16 even? Well, let's find 16 on my chart. Yep, it has orange. So I can build my first layer and put a 2 on the outside. Grab your calculator. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 is not a 1, so I have to keep going. Is 8 divisible by 2? Well, yes, 8 is an even number, but if I also look at my chart, 8 is still orange. So add another layer, write a 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 is not 1, so I have to keep going. Is 4 an even number? Is it divisible by 2? Well, yes, I know 4 is even, but I can double check with my chart, and it's orange. So I can build another layer, put 2 on the outside. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Still not a 1, so I have to keep going. Is 2 divisible by 2? Well, yes, 2 is an even number, and if I look at my chart, 2 is orange, so I can draw another layer, put a 2 on the outside. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Oh, there's my 1, which means I'm done. All my numbers on my left are my prime factorization numbers. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2.